Hello! Hello, and welcome back to Vibrant Story Studios. This is part 2 of our podcast. If you're coming back, welcome. If you guys missed the first part, we're including a link in the description below. Just check that out. You'll have a good time. And in other words, here we go.
Fucking Dark Phoenix.
God, yeah, like the fucking Dark Phoenix, like that movie just like, here's plot, just
Oh
drop.
my god. That movie is the only movie to have action but no thrill.
Yeah.
I'm like, all this stuff happens, but I don't really care.
Uh-huh.
Because, okay, to surmise the plot of that movie, aside from the fact that, you know, as we know in the trailers, Jean Grey absorbs the cosmic entity of this solar flare, fucking stupid, comes up, and, okay, first off, my first critique of that movie is within the first 5 minutes, because they go into space, and it shows a scene from NASA when they lose contact with the USS fucking whatever, right? That's in space, but like they lose video transmission of the cockpit and all the people in it. But you see the cockpit for 3 seconds, and it looks like mannequins, like very poorly done people. And I know it's for 3 seconds, so it doesn't really matter. But I saw that, and I was like, do they even care?
The short answer, no.
So essentially, okay, Jean Grey gets big cosmic energy, she gets absorbed. All of a sudden, she has these big cosmic powers. She has a hard time controlling it. She wants to leave. Understandable, right? But the entire movie is her hurting people and going, "Why won't you help me?" And I'm not even lying. Why won't you help me? Help me. Like, first...
Well, no, it's not, more like she bitch slaps them with like psychic energy.
Well, yes, I know, but like...
I'm sorry, not psychic energy. Cosmic powers.
Cosmic psychic. Well, she's a psychic, so her powers got
Amplified by like the fucking
by
solar radiation
solar
or something.
flare. Okay, if have you guys seen the movie?
No.
I've seen enough of it.
I got the impression just from the trailer, because I don't know a lot about the X-Men comics. It's never really been one I'm interested in.
Well, like the Dark Phoenix in the comics is like this huge thing, and like
Yeah.
it's a major plot, and like I honestly don't care.
Isn't the solar flares... Wasn't the solar flare not a solar flare, but like a cosmic entity?
Yeah,
It was a cosmic entity,
it
like
was a cosmic entity that goes around to different astrological objects and either creates or destroys life. That's what it does.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she absorbs that, right?
Yeah.
And of course, understandably, she can't control that much power. She's like
because it's a
25.
cosmic entity,
Yeah.
like that destroys.
She like destroys
Galaxies.
that destroys and creates anything it touches, right? And she's the only one who can possess it, and
For
and
some
not
reason.
die
I mean, it's a very interesting concept. It just
Yeah.
doesn't seem like it's executed very well.
No, it's not, because oh my god, my favorite scene. Okay, 2 of my favorite scenes from that movie. Both are very redundant and have literally kind of don't need to happen. The first one, Jean, first she absorbs his power, then she kind of accidentally like lets it like has a burst and it knocks down some trees and knocks over some people. She's like, "Oh no, I hurt people. I gotta leave." Oh, fuck. I'm just gonna explain the plot.
Explain your first. You've been ping ponging.
No,
Explain
because-
your 2 favorite parts of this movie, please.
Okay, the 2 favorite parts of movies is Jean goes to Magneto to try to figure out how to prevent herself from enacting vengeance on her father. Because this is an important part. This is why I have to explain this. Jean thought her parents were dead. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what Xavier told her, because when
Xavier's
she was young,
Professor X, for anyone
Yeah.
who doesn't know.
So because when she was young, she had caused her parents to a car accident. Her mom was killed on an impact, and her dad survived, but she didn't know that. She was told by Xavier after Xavier talked to her dad, and her dad was like, "Oh my God, she can do all this stuff. She's not my daughter anymore. I don't want to see her." And then Charles is like, "Your parents are dead." For her safety, right? But of course, then Charles refuses to tell Jean about her living father, and then Jean gets mad at Charles, goes to find her father, finds out her father still hates her for killing his wife, and
That would have been a plot twist.
Yeah. and then blows out the side of the house, and then the police come, and then X-Men come try to save her, and then she blows the police cars away, runs away, goes to find Charles to be like, how do I get rid of this anger? Because Charles, in the X-Men lore, was in concentration camps when he was young. He was experimented on because he had his. I'm sorry, not Charles.
Magneto.
Magneto, thank you.
Yeah.
Eric, thank you. Eric had, he was control metal. And he was experimented on because of such, and he therefore took vengeance on Nazis and anyone associated with them, even after the fall of that. So,
which is kind of why Magneto is one of the best characters in the X-Men universe, but he's also one of the most intriguing characters, like, study.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because his acts through the comic books are it's well done.
Yes,
it's
exactly.
well done for the most part.
So then Jean goes and finds Eric to be like, I need to calm down, because also during that scene when she blows away the cop cars, she also kills Raven, which confuses me because in the original series, Mystique, Raven is alive and she's like 30, but she dies like 22. So I'm confused. So if you watch Dark Phoenix, ignore Patrick Stewart timeline, right?
Just ignore the rest of the movies.
Ignore all of the movies.
And you will, because I was thinking that too. I'm just like, because in the trailer, whoever edited that trailer, you made it very obvious that she was going to die. Okay, it's very obvious. That's not how you make a trailer.
See, that the thing I don't like about trailers now is that you can
finish your second favorite.
Anyway, so right, Jean goes, finds them, Eric, whatever, right? Then the military come because Jean blew away some cops. That's bad.
They didn't care much about Mystique. Raven.
No, whatever. The X-Men are their own people.
But like the cops. No.
Yeah, no, you don't fuck with cops. So the military comes, and then Eric, they come talk to him because they know that this is the settlement that Eric made for mutants, and it's kind of like neutral territory that they don't, as long as these people don't fuck with the world, they give them their space, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the military come, and they're like, look, I know, they're like, we're not here for you guys, but there's a person on the assailant run who's here. And of course, Eric knows that she's running from something, right?
Yeah.
She just hasn't said it. So Eric, being the good guy that he is, says, nope, I haven't seen Jean. And then Jean comes out and throws a helicopter. And I was like, why? And then she throws a helicopter and then tries to throw the other one, but as she's lifting it up, Magneto's pulling it down, right? And there's this big, like, it's actually, I think it's a really interesting, like, little spot where it's two people using their powers to, like, okay, I'm sorry, I have to point this out, because when Jean first got there, fucking Eric just does, like, this Jesus thing, where he stands there, like this classic Jesus pose, and just floats himself down at, like, this angle. And I was like, why? Couldn't you have just, like, hopped down and walked over? Did you have to look like Jesus? Were you wearing steel-toed boots? Probably. But I was like, was that necessary? Anyway, so, fast forward. Jean throws a helicopter. Oh, no. And then Eric is, she's trying to throw this other helicopter. Eric's trying to hold it down. And then he's like, he gets everyone on the helicopter, and then for a brief moment he exudes all of his power and he throws the helicopter to a safe distance where it's out of Jean's power range, both of their power range, and they can fly with safety. And then Jean throws him and says, "Why won't you help me?" And I was like, dumb. This is why. Because people are trying to help you and then you get all emotional because you're a 20-something-year-old girl who doesn't know how to handle her immense cosmic power, so you deal with it by lashing out. And I was like, oh my god.
It's like watching Twilight, isn't it?
Yes, it's like watching Twilight.
Oh god, we're not talking about that movie.
Okay, so I feel like we need to talk about trailers because,
Yeah.
So I think this has to do... I think trailers are starting to affect how some people make their movies. It's like, why did he float down like Jesus? Because they wanted to put it in the trailer. That's why.
Yeah.
So many people are trying to do these utterly dramatic shots that look good on their own.
But
in context, it's like people don't act like that.
Yeah.
That's not good writing. That's just writing to the screen and trying trying to grab at things.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? This is an old tactic I think that people used to do, is like they would record extra footage for the trailers.
Yeah.
Well, they still do that.
Yeah, I know that they still do that, but it's a lot less common now. But I'm trying to remember this one example.
There are some times when they do that they actually do a really good shot, and it's not in the movie, and you look for that shot,
and it's not there,
and you're like, oh, come on,
where is it? See, the one, I can't think of any examples, but the way because I have seen it before, I just can't remember exactly what it was.
This is what happens when you don't have prepared stuff. You don't have examples for stuff. Yeah,
no, we don't prepare anything.
Really. We don't prepare anything, yeah. But like still, like when we go off topic like this, and we just kind of like, yeah, there's this thing that they do, but we don't have any examples.
Well, I wouldn't have been able to find this anyway because I don't know. I don't. You know how many trailers I've seen and then gone and seen the movie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's no way.
Exactly.
But it was one of those where I think it could be done really well when you have stuff in the trailer that's not in the movie. If the whole point of the movie is the tone of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's say it's Deadpool. If your trailer is just Deadpool screwing around without any shots in the movie, you're selling the movie still.
Yeah,
because the whole
that's Deadpool.
Wait, no, Deadpool did have extra stuff like that. There was
it
like,
did. Yeah, I think that might have been what I was thinking of.
Yeah,
But,
Deadpool's a good example.
But like, because the whole
Did the
selling
Deadpool
point of
censored version have the Princess Bride stuff?
Yes, and it was amazing. There was so much Princess Bride stuff.
Okay.
Oh, it's amazing. But
I still haven't seen the censored Deadpool version.
Oh, it's amazing. He keeps cutting back to them because Deadpool's in the room actually telling him the story. And there's all these new jokes and stuff. It is amazing. And they managed to cut out all the F words.
Wow.
All of them.
But like you're still waiting for Deadpool to like say that one F word that they're allowed.
Mm-hmm.
Which apparently I'm not gonna say, but
okay.
It's hilarious.
Yeah. So yeah, anyway, when the whole point of the Deadpool movie is the plots are actually pretty good.
Yeah.
But the point is not the plot. The point is this persona of this character who breaks the fourth wall, who's got a vengeance streak, and he's riding the line between hero and villain. That's the point.
He's the merc with the mouth.
He's got a mouth on him. That's the whole point. That's all you need to do is show him doing his thing to sell the movie.
Yeah.
So if it's a movie like that, you can have all this stuff in the trailers that's not in the main thing, and it will go swimmingly. Because then the trailers become like the Bob Ross thing. The trailers become their own thing that happen to support the movie.
Yeah.
And I prefer
a little bit of Soylent Green here.
I prefer trailers like that. Frozen did it. The little thing that introduced Olaf and Sven. You didn't even know it was a princess movie. That was the only trailer I had seen for Frozen. And then I go there and it's a princess movie, and I'm like, I didn't know this. But like things that kind of stand on their own work really well as trailers, and I wish more people do that.
But it's more expensive.
It can be, yeah.
And like trailers, I feel like they honestly give too much away.
Yes.
Like I get like I get progressional trailers. Right. Okay, but here is the biggest spoiler that ever spoiled anything for me. Now, in Endgame, it was assumed and known that every character was going to return.
Yeah.
Right. You're like, what are they going to do? And like, in my head I was like, oh, these characters are gone, right? But before even Endgame came out, they released a trailer for Far From Home. That trailer was a spoiler for Endgame.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire thing.
That entire trailer.
It ruined
the fact that movie was coming out.
The fact that the movie was coming out and the content within the trailer specifically told you that one character in particular was not making it out of Endgame, and you were like, why?
They released that trailer after Endgame.
Yeah, they did.
Like a few weeks after Endgame. The very first Far From Home trailer.
The very first Far From Home was a Spider-Man with a different outfit. And I was like, well, either this is going to be some weird prequel series, but that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, because he's got a new outfit.
Yeah. So he's coming back.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, but you could look at the movie reveals.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
you
the
could,
titles.
you
You
could
kind of guess at that.
I mean, you can also just know the comics.
Yeah, you could also just
Like, I never read those comics, but I have a general understanding. If you have a general understanding, you knew exactly what was going to happen. And the same, it was almost the same, not exactly the same.
almost the same, not exactly. Like they did change one big thing.
Okay, but I want to talk about one thing about Far From Home. So the snap knocked out 50% of the universe's population, right? Yeah. Everyone in existence.
Yeah.
And when we come back 5 years later, Peter and all of his friends are still the same age, which means statistically speaking, they all got snapped.
Yeah.
Right? But like, did they? I mean, it's like I feel like that seems kind of convenient.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's the only way they could do it.
Yeah.
They could have them in college, maybe.
Well,
but that would ruin ruin the whole thing.
If there was a couple of his classmates who were 20 or older, I would have been like, cool. Yeah, but all of his classmates, his crush,
it would have been hilarious.
No, not his crush. His new crush, right? MJ, and
I think it would have been hilarious if the Spider-Man fan wasn't snapped and was like
Spider-Man's back.
Yeah, like the Spider-Man fan who's always mean to Peter.
Oh yeah,
like that guy.
Yeah,
if that guy wasn't snapped and was like 5 years older.
Yeah,
that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, that would Flash.
Yeah, that would have been great.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Anyway,
point is, trailers honestly just do give out too much information, and it can be. There's a couple movies I've seen where like you see the trailer, and I watched the movie and I was like, I can figure all of this out from the trailer. So, yeah, and it's just an issue.
Like, I'm to the point where I don't care if a movie fails to surprise me. That's not why I go. I go to see the execution of it.
Yeah.
I don't care if I know what's gonna happen. I'd rather not know what happens. Personally.
Gemini. You guys seen the trailer for that?
Oh, Gemini Man? Or
yeah, no. Well, I think it's just called Gemini. Will Smith.
Yeah, that's Gemini Man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have not actually.
It's Will Smith versus a young Will Smith.
Yeah, but
he gets cloned and they have to fight. He's like a top of the line secret agent. He's aging, and they found his DNA. Somebody got his DNA like 20 years ago and raised like a super clone of him.
They raised all of his talents without any of his like emotional baggage.
Yeah,
essentially. But
I do think I actually have seen this. But there's also another thing that's coming out. It's that animated movie about the spy that's turned into a pigeon.
No idea what you're talking about.
Let's finish with Gemini Man.
Let's finish with Gemini.
And then let me see if I can find the pigeon.
But the fact that like during that trailer, they were like, they created me from you, in the trailer. I was like, well, what else am I supposed to expect from the movie? If there's gonna be a lot of fight scenes, sure, but what else is there to reveal? That's like the big reveal, and it's in the trailer.
You could gather that from the.
Well, the thing is, that's the whole point of the movie. So I feel like there's a bigger thing that's supposed to be the twist. I
don't know.
I think
like
that's the hook. So that's what they need to get. So like,
what I think is probably going to happen in that movie is like, like what Tim is saying. Like, yes, that reveal is the hook, and they're going to be fighting it out. But what's probably going to happen is like the original spy, and the clone are probably going to team up together after some other reveal.
Yes,
that we don't know what's going to happen, and they're going to become either partners or like they're going to go their separate ways as the spy is going to retire.
Yeah.
After the clone gets
this
some
is what
humanity.
happens in versus movies, okay? Unless it's a boxing film, if it says versus in the title or versus is implied in the title, at some point they have to team up and fight something bigger. That's
Godzilla versus Biollante.
That's just the trope, and there's nothing wrong with it. People say people say trope is like a bad thing, but tropes have to happen. You can't make a movie without tropes because then you'd just be looking at a blank screen.
True, but the interesting thing you could do with tropes is play off of them.
Yeah, you can twist them around and stuff, but
the thing is like tropes, you need to make the tropes your own.
Yeah,
that's and I don't think a lot of successful movies do that.
Mm-hmm. Some tropes you just, if you have them, you can't change them any because they're so basic.
Yeah,
it's just like, I have a car. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna hit the gas and shift it. That is a trope. That shot is a trope because it's in every car with a manual. It's not shit. It's in every movie with manual transmission cars. Think about it. That shot
all the Fast and Furious
is a trope because it's done all the time. Not just Fast and Furious.
I know.
Hell, it was done in Wreck-It Ralph.
It's yeah, because that's technically a car movie that has a very raunchy song in it.
It does.
Shut Up and Drive is a very raunchy song.
It is. And it's just kind of like,
I love that song.
And so the movie, it's Spies in Disguise.
Spies in Disguise. I saw the trailer for this stupid movie.
Yeah, you did.
Who's the voice of the who is it?
It's very familiar, isn't it?
Who is the voice? I saw this trailer. Yeah.
What's it called?
It's Spies in Disguise.
Spies in Disguise.
It's by, I think it's Blue Sky Studios.
It sounds like a Blue Sky movie.
Yeah.
But
It's Will Smith.
it's Will Smith.
It is Will Smith. That's why I was like, Gemini. It's a spy movie about Will Smith. I thought he was already doing his spy movie. Yeah, Spies in Disguise. It like Will Smith is turned into a pigeon.
I love how Will Smith wasn't in a lot of things. All of a sudden, I'm gonna be Genie. I'm gonna be a pigeon, and I'm gonna fight myself.
I know. I'm honestly.
I think he's going through his crisis.
No, I think he already went through his midlife crisis, and he's on the other side of it. Hopefully, but like I really like Will Smith. He's a funny actor, and like sometimes he takes himself too seriously. I mean, like I Am Legend. Was that Will Smith?
That was Will Smith.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was Will Smith. Okay, I wasn't crazy.
He can do serious things.
He can do serious things,
that
but then there was like, what was the other one where he was really old and it was about the younger kid? It was all like on the
Pursuit of
planet.
Happiness.
What?
Pursuit of Happiness.
I don't know. Maybe it was like it's the space. It's like the
Earth.
kid.
Oh God, that movie.
Yeah, that movie. That was bad. That was a bad movie.
That was like I think that was like.
I don't think that was on him though.
No,
That was on
him.
Ryder.
That's not on him.
Yeah, that wasn't on him, but like.
If you see a good actor
In a bad movie.
in a bad movie that's just a mixture of bad writing and probably bad casting. It could be a great actor, but if they put the wrong character to you.
Yeah, they get the wrong character to
yeah,
you, and like
because
if the director doesn't let you do what you have to do.
Yeah, because you should give your actors and actresses
like
control over their characters.
Yeah, because like
like you give them like this is what your character's like, but you know
because that's
do
their
your
Okay,
job.
so
Yeah.
here's the thing.
They're
The
not a
new
puppet.
Sonic
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
The new Sonic movie. The Eggman.
Dude, Eggman.
Yes. I feel like they've just given him that character and be like, be you.
Somebody else said this on it might have been a podcast or a live stream or something that I was listening to. I think it might have been, I'm pretty sure it might have been Funhouse from Rooster Teeth that was talking about this. But I can't remember who said it. They said it looked like the only one who gave a shit about the movie was
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
It looks like they said the only one who
He
gave
was
a
having
shit.
fun with it.
Yeah.
Like, I might just have to go see that movie just for
Jim
him.
Carrey.
I'm not gonna
Just
go see
for
it in
Dr.
theaters.
Robotnik.
I'm not gonna go see
No. I'm
will-
not gonna go see it in
I
theater.
will
Hell
wait
no.
for the YouTube compilation.
Yeah, that's what I was doing.
I will sacrifice my sanity. I've seen Serenity. Nothing else can hurt me.
Man, God bless you if you go see that movie in theaters.
Serenity.
It might be hilarious if like you go see it and there's no one else in the movie theater and you just go like,
I got the whole theater.
I got the whole theater to myself. But like, Dr. Robotnik and Sonic is gonna be the best thing about that movie.
Dude, Sonic.
Because like
Boom?
Sonic
Have
himself.
you seen Sonic Boom?
No, I haven't.
Don't overlook it.
You've
Don't
seen it.
overlook
You showed
it.
me a clip.
I've seen it.
You showed me a clip, and I hated it. I was like, "Stop showing me this, Kyle."
What was the clip?
I was watching. It was Sticks. I was watching Sticks, like a Sticks
Yeah.
compilation, because it's fucking hilarious. The fucking conspiracy series.
Dude, the fucking Sticks is great. But no,
Yeah.
don't
That's the
overlook
best part of that.
Don't overlook the series because it is a kid's show.
It is a
right?
kid show,
it
and
is.
it's stupid.
But it's got like that level. It's got like that gumball humor.
It's got the humor for the adults and everyone
Yeah.
who's older who like or even
Or like just the
dedicated
dumb
Sonic
jokes.
fans.
Yes.
There's
Just
this
those dumb
scene.
jokes.
There is a scene where Amy and Sticks are they're having a girls' day or whatever, and they're trying to figure out each other, trying to
Yeah.
get to know each other, and they're like, "I'll show you what my cup of tea is," and then the scene transitions, and she says, "A cup of tea," and she drinks it, and Stick goes, "Why did you say that?"
Oh yeah.
It's been hours. It's been hours. Yeah. And then Amy just responds, like, just kind of deadpans. Yes, but if this was a transition where you only heard bits and pieces of our conversation, that would have made perfect sense.
And it's like there's a lot of kind of like there's like it's not necessarily fourth wall breaks, but like implications to fourth wall. You
Like,
know?
there's another episode where, like,
I think the middle name was the.
TV basically brainwashes everyone, And Styx just kind of shouts while she's in a jail cell, I knew that it was all a conspiracy meant to brainwash you. TV is a lie. Then she turns directly to the camera and was like, I wasn't talking to you. Just stupid moments like that make it like slightly enjoyable.
Yeah.
I just haven't liked Sonic in a
Speed's my
very
middle
long
name. I
time.
thought your middle name was The.
Okay, that's pretty good. But
I thought your middle name was The.
what? So yeah, I don't know. I just haven't liked Sonic in a long time. There was a few times when I've watched a little bit of some.
Oh no,
or-
everything Sonic has been is like slightly terrible.
Yeah.
Like he has not made a good like television or movie appearance. Like
Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah, he has. He has made a very good movie appearance.
which one?
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah, exactly. That was a cameo
Because they handed him to Disney.
because they handed him to and Disney can do no wrong.
And they basically just gave him one line.
They gave him one line and like 2 lines in
Yeah.
Wreck-It Ralph 2. But no, he's not made a good television or movie appearance since like the fucking 90s.
There was that one with like
His games like what like
Sonic
what-
Adventure 2 was good, but
wasn't that the fucking one where like
I wanted
the
to
weird romance between him and the girl, or am I thinking of Sonic Adventure 3?
I'm not sure. I know. All I know is that
what
in
about
the
Sonic and the sentient sword?
I don't know about that one.
That's a game on the Wii.
That was a Wii game, yeah. Like there was the
Like Dark Knight or something.
yeah, it was Sonic and the Dark Knight, and then you
Yeah,
had
that's what-
Sonic and the Rings of Fire or something, which was the genie version.
But yeah, I wanted to throw Knuckles through the freaking window because he couldn't fly in the way I wanted him to. On the
You just
freaking
had that stupid glide.
on the freaking fucking pumpkin map. I couldn't get all the chaos emeralds in that damn pumpkin. I hated that place.
Damn.
You know how many times I fell to the bottom and had to go back up?
Too many. You counted,
Any
didn't
song
you?
like
165.
anyone else remember like that weird Sonic game with like the water creature? And like there was those moments when you had to play as Biggs the cat and you had to do the fishing fucking levels. I hated
I
that.
only ever played Sonic Adventure 2.
Oh god, I need to
I played some of the
down in
arcade-
the YouTube comic sections. Should we make Tim play Sonic Adventure 4? Which I'm pretty sure
Don't
is
worry,
that version.
I'll answer this comment.
I won't be.
Oh my. Okay, I don't know why I just thought about this games and such and whatever, but
Because when I get mad, I get quiet, so there would be no content.
Oh yeah, but I could be there to laugh at you. Me and Cooper could both be.
we need to do.
That'd be annoying.
I was thinking about some Borderlands. We need to do another hardcore gaming.
Oh
Side
yeah,
by side.
we need to do that. Maybe not Borderlands. We gotta find something.
Yeah, something that's a little easier. Zombies. I'm just kidding. What was it? No, so I love the Borderlands games. I really do.
As do I. I'm
Borderlands
super
1.
excited for Borderlands 3.
It's great. And then like, you know, you get the characters and then you go through it and then they open the vault and oh no, it's they didn't do it correctly and now this big
Tentacle
tentacle
monster.
monster comes out. And then Borderlands 2 is basically the same. It's like almost the same people. They just have different skins.
Yeah, it's a reskinned.
Yeah.
And then because
And then, like Gage and
Yeah.
Craig are their own character.
yeah.
And they're not basically reskins.
Craig's the only thing good about Craig is his trailer.
No. I will say that Craig is fun to play. Craig is a lot of fun to play, and he's also a lot of fun.
More
to
meat from-
just the best parts of Craig are when his act, like when you get like the background voice, like his
Yeah.
conscious or whatever, and like he says something, and you're like, whoa,
He says something normal.
or he says something like philosophical, and you're like, nothing about meat.
More meat for my meat bicycle. Okay, I love I love the bandits in that game. Any bandit in a game is my favorite character because they're so ridiculous.
How are the Rage 2 bandits? I haven't played Rage 2.
Oh my
yet.
god.
Are they amazing?
First off, they're all crazy because, well, no, okay, Rage 2 is a fun game. It really is.
Dude, I saw somebody like they got blown off a little bit, and they were like hanging from one leg off of a railing, and I'm like, that is amazing NPC physics. I love the way gaming's going. NPC physics are only getting better.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'll give Rage 2 the credit it's due because it definitely is a well-made. The combat in the game is great.
The only bad thing is that they chose the worst time
They did.
Yeah. It's like you got Borderlands 3 coming out soon-ish.
I mean, they were kind of forced to do it like this way because if they tried to release it last year before we knew about Borderlands 3, they probably would have crunched, and I don't want that.
Yeah.
So
they
like,
probably would have crunched, which is
and honestly, with how vehicle focused Rage 2 is, I think it stands on its own.
It probably does.
But
I will admit,
it's like a Mad Max game essentially.
But yeah, you had a lot of people who would probably be willing to buy Rage 2, holding out for Borderlands 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because a lot of people will only be like, okay, I'm only going to buy 1 or 2 games this year. A lot of the market's like that.
Yeah.
And when they have to choose between Borderlands 3 and Rage 2, they're probably going to choose Borderlands 3.
Mm-hmm.
Which is...
It's fair.
I can't blame you.
Yeah.
It's fair,
So, I
but
mean,
like still, it sucks for Rage.
Of course, Rage 2 is it's a shoot 'em up game, right?
Yeah, it is.
100%. You could play the whole game on mute and it wouldn't matter because the story is like.
But the main character's funny dialogue.
Yeah.
You'd miss.
But
you could change to like. Can you change to like a Scottish guy?
So there's actually there's they're called cheat modes and it's like similar. Sunset Overdrive.
Yeah.
You ever play that game? You know when you do a bunch of stuff and you got the commenter and he talks about stuff. Similar concept, but less. No, I won't say less entertaining. More there's limited dialogue, so you get a lot of repetitive.
It repeats.
So, I had it on for a bit, and then I turned it off. I was like, whatever. It didn't make it. I wouldn't say it didn't make it less enjoyable. It didn't make it. More
I would say it's something that you're only supposed to have on for a little bit.
Yeah,
because I'm assuming
it's not like the narrator in Bastion.
No,
it's like necessary and keep what part of that makes the game great. It's just like a nice little tack on.
Yeah, well, I mean that's what makes it great in Sunset Overdrive because that game is supposed to be ridiculous. That's the whole thing. When you die, you can come back in the DeLorean through portals. Like you could drill up through the ground. All these references, pop culture references.
Zombies come in.
Yeah.
But
with Rage 2, I mean, like I'm like
like the main character has more than that.
Yeah, the main character has some solid dialogue. And that comes through, and I always enjoy when your character speaks.
Do you get to choose
male or female?
Okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
At the beginning of the game, and then it's kind of a bummer because you pick male or female, and whichever one you pick, the other one gets killed.
It's just like Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Or
Borderlands 1, great game. You go through the story.
Simple kind of like
it's like we gotta open the vault. You open the vault, big tentacle monster comes out. Oh no.
The Doll Company is basically the evil bastards. Is it the Doll Company?
No, Hyperion.
No, that's Borderlands 2.
No, Doll is
Doll is in Borderlands 1.
Yeah.
It is Doll, right?
Yeah.
It's not.
Well, yeah, there's Doll, Hyperion.
Well, I
don't know if there's any evil corporation. They're just all fighting.
Like all the corporations are basically evil.
But the antagonist for that game is the Doll, and like Hyperion's the antagonist for
Borderlands 2. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Doll is also the antagonist in Borderlands the pre-sequel, but that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh God, I don't like that game.
It's not good. It's fine. It's not up to the standard that Borderlands 2 or Borderlands 1 was.
So
they tried to add too much stuff.
Here's my issue with Borderlands 2. It's a similar concept to Borderlands 1 with a bunch of people fighting for a vault, but Hyperion with Handsome Jack and all of his
Handsome Jack
glory.
Handsome Jack was just great.
Oh, fun fact: Handsome Jack was a name placeholder.
Yeah, it was.
Before they're trying to figure out a name for his character, and they're like, "Oh, let's just go with it. Why not?" It just ended up being his name. But So they go through, and then Handsome Jack tries to make the Guardian or whatever to open up the
Warrior.
He makes the Warrior, and he's like, I want to control the Warrior, and then you kill Handsome Jack, and you find his big gold thing scar on his face, which comes from the end of
the pre-sequel.
But I could never play through the pre-sequel because I was so focused on oxygen preservation and the amount of time it takes to fall on the moon.
Yeah, and like you could. To get around that, you can play Claptrap, but you have to play Claptrap.
Yeah. So that it just becomes with the Borderlands the pre-sequel for a Handsome Jack origin story it makes sense.
It makes sense. It's great. It fulfills that purpose, but
as a
the
game,
oxygen
as a game itself, it's
conserved.
Because the gameplay aspect of any Borderlands game is just to shoot awesome bad guys and loot awesome guns.
It's a Diablo shooter.
So all you need is that, and you added an unnecessary mechanic.
You added a necessary element of you gotta go get oxygen or blah, and it just became a thing. And I just. And
if they were making any other game but Borderlands, it would have been a cool mechanic, honestly. But they were making Borderlands.
Yeah, and there's expectations with Borderlands.
You don't want to have to deal with that extra stuff.
Yeah,
because you already got because on the higher difficulties in Borderlands, so much stuff is happening.
Yeah,
you don't need an extra thing.
You
need to worry about dodging bullets. Yeah. Did I slag this guy? Or do I need this? I need to slag him immediately. Then I need to put on my elemental damage. And my super is up. Do I need to use it now or do I need to pop it later?
Oh my god! Let's talk about supers in that game. Okay, first
in Borderlands 3?
No. 1 and 2, and then pre-sequel.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go in that order. Okay, so essentially 1 and 2, the supers are kind of the same with a couple different.
Yeah,
people.
no.
Anyway,
Bricks got the punching.
I say this is the last thing we're going to talk about. I'm going to go ahead and say that because we're getting up there in time.
Okay, yeah. So let's talk about Borderlands because Borderlands is the best. So in the first one, you had Bricks with the punching thing, and you had Mordekaiser with the. He had Bloodwing.
Brick had his brute mode where he just goes and punches things. Mordecai has the Bloodwing. Roland had the turret. Had the turret.
Which is exactly the same thing as
Lilith had, which I never understood.
She had the phase walk.
Yeah, she had phase walk, right?
Which basically it was a temporary immunity.
Yeah.
And you could walk through people and do damage.
Yeah, and then we swap over to Borderlands 2 where we have Axton who had a turret.
The turret.
But he could have 2 turrets. And
he could have 2 turrets, he had the shield. It was more reliable and versatile turret.
More, he had a more versatile turret.
And then you had Salvador with the Gunzerking, which was
put 2 different guns on.
So broken.
It depends on what you used.
Well, no. The ability is just so broken because you regenerate ammo. Yeah. That's what I think makes it broken. If it didn't regenerate ammo, it would be a much more interesting ability.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, then you had...
then he pulls out 2 guns. And you had Maya who had kind of that phase grip. Or whatever.
The lock.
Yeah, the phase lock, which she could block a certain enemy or enemies.
Tim is actually a big fan of Maya.
I really like phase lock. It's just done immediately, instant gratification. I can move back to my weapons and take out other things. Also, big boss, phase lock.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then let's see, Salvador and then Zero
with
had
the hollow.
The hollow, which could either use as a distraction or it could do damage, which was actually pretty useful however you did it.
Yeah, it was. The only thing I didn't like about Zero was how fragile he was.
Yeah.
Anyway, then you had Gage and Craig kind of had bricks.
Yeah, Craig was brick, but with the...
Craig was brick with an extra.
Yeah.
But Craig was fun.
And then...
It was such a risk.
And then Gage and Deathclaw was actually very, very useful.
Very useful, but until you get the higher difficulties, then you need the shield to make Deathtrap survive any longer. Yeah. He bugs out, his AI is kind of broken. Sorry to say it, Deathtrap, your AI is broken. I love playing Gage. I love playing Gage, but Deathtrap can kill me.
And then playing the pre-sequel, the only good character is Athena.
Mm-hmm. With the shield?
Yeah, with the shield throw. Because if you play as Nisha, or whatever her name is...
She's just a Destiny super in Borderlands.
Yeah, I know. But, you shouldn't have to focus so much on it, right? For example, if there's any game that you have a gun and your big ability is to shoot multiple things, it just auto-targets, right? So with Nisha, the sheriff, the outlaw sheriff.
Yeah, and her big thing was that she could dual wield pistols, right?
If you had a pistol, another duplicate would pop up in your hand. That was an ability she had. And it was a later ability. It was a last skill ability. Yeah. But anyway, so her ability is when you aim, you get an automatic headshot, right? But that means you have to aim and shoot. But then when the person's dead, it doesn't automatically transfer to the next person. It backs out. So you have to aim, shoot, move over, aim, shoot, move over. It's a lot of effort.
Mm-hmm.
I'd rather just manual aim to the head.
Yeah, exactly. So when that happened, it was and then I was just staring at this one spot in the sky, and then I moved it over and I went to the next person. And I was like, this is a lot of effort for a short time frame when the point of a super is supposed to help you out, provide support, or
and to be that big thing.
To be that big thing. If I'm doing a lot of effort, I can't worry about the fact I'm surrounded by 10 people and I'm freaking out about it. I pop my super and I'm double freaking out about it because I have to aim.
Yeah.
Then you had this. Then you had William, and William's super was. Didn't he just have like a huge damage reduction thing?
Probably.
It like the supers were so boring, and like Claptrap was so random. Like Claptrap had the best super.
What did he do?
He just copied other Bolt Hunters from the past randomly.
Oh, okay.
So like he would have like this thing where he'd suddenly have Salvador's Gunzerker abilities, or he'd do Maya's Phase Lock or the Phase Walk, or Lilith's Phase Walk. Sorry, or he would throw a turret, or I think they were miniature Claptraps, which just shot your current weapon or something, and but it was completely and utterly random.
So you didn't know.
You had no idea what was going to happen.
That's
And like you could also go deeper into the skill tree to get like different effects. Like one of them, he just threw on a pirate's hat and like just had a bunch of cannons, and like they shot to the theme of
Pirates of the Caribbean or something?
no, not Pirates of the Caribbean. That would have been hilarious. No, it's a famous orchestral piece that has cannons in it. I think it was
Tchaikovsky?
Maybe.
I think
Maybe.
he's the canon then, isn't he?
He plays that theme, and like the cannons fire at that tempo.
I don't know where
There was also one where he just literally just kills himself. Like he has dynamite, and he throws the dynamite, and there are two different versions. One, it explodes, or like he has like a fucking suicide vest that explodes and kills himself, but does tons of damage to everyone around him. Or another one where that just doesn't happen.
All right, guys, I'm about to pop my super. Be aware, I could just die.
There's also one where like he just like high five. That's completely worthless if you don't have teammates. Because like it's not completely worthless, but like there's a period of time where it's like you've activated your super and nothing happens. But like, so this is what the super does. Like you have a high five, and like if your teammate walks by you, you high five them, and you both get like a reload and a fire rate and like a damage increase. But like it's like 5 or like 15% or something. It's not bad, but like you activate the super and your teammate has to do something.
Yeah.
If no one high fives you in like a 5-second period, which is a long time.
Yeah, for gaming. For
a shooter game?
Yeah, that's a long time.
In Borderlands, you get like you get double the stats, but only for yourself. And like Claptrap says something like, "I feel like an idiot," and you're like, "Yeah, I really do, because I'm still getting shot at." And this is not gonna make up for the damage I lost. I don't know. Claptrap is an interesting pre-sequel character. Like, yeah, it's fun if you like random. I don't like random. I like safe. Here's what we should end on. What character are you probably gonna play in Borderlands 3?
That's a fantastic question. Let's see here. There's one of the guys who's kind of similar to Mordecai, and he's got the hounds.
Flak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Flak. There's the guy who is related to Captain Flint.
Yeah. Zane.
Zane Flint. Yeah.
Yeah, Zane Flint. Then you have Mosey. Or Mose.
Mose.
She goes in like a big mecha, doesn't she?
Yeah, the Iron Bear.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably gonna be Zane.
And then there's
Zane actually
Amara?
can have like
Zane can use all of his abilities.
yeah.
Yeah. No, he can only he chooses 2. He can choose 2 supers.
Choose 2, but there's
Yeah.
3, so basically basically all of them.
There's 2/3.
2/3. That's most.
60.
Yeah, but he can't use grenades, which is interesting.
Really? He can't use grenades?
Yeah, he places the grenade button with his other super.
Oh,
I think that's how it is. Don't quote me on that.
If that's the case, I'm gonna have to rethink that.
I mean, that's a solid.
And
substitute,
it's solid though. Like
Yeah.
you don't have to worry about grenades because like in Borderlands 2,
I'm always out of grenades.
you're always out of grenades.
That's true.
I'm like, oh no.
Yeah, unless you're playing Axton, you have like fucking 12 of them, and you're just. I have
I
12
know.
grenade slots, and I'm just like.
fucking. I think at one point
I'm
I
not
had like
always
8
out of
grenades.
grenades. I save them for like bosses and stuff.
That's a good question. For a character I'd play,
Don't forget Amara the Siren.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna go with the Siren because I've never been much of a Siren player.
I might end up being a Siren again.
Hey, I mean, we all have our classes, right? So
I played Brick in Borderlands 1. I played Gage in Borderlands 2. But if I couldn't get Gage, I played Salvador. I think in this one I'm actually gonna play Mose. I think I'm gonna play Mose.
I might just play Flak. So yeah, I'm probably gonna end up playing Flak. But okay, so I honestly think when Borderlands 3 comes out, we should set up a time frame where we play through the campaign.
Yeah. Maybe we record it. Maybe we don't. We don't know.
I think
a whole thing like that we might try streaming.
Yeah, we could do that. Now, obviously,
are we gonna do a 24 hours just play Borderlands 3?
God, no.
I think that sounds fun.
I'm actually with Kyle on that.
Okay, fine. Yes, we'll do a 24-hour stream.
We can break that up if you want to.
You know what? Actually, let's do a 24-hour stream. Let's do it.
Let's do a 24-hour stream.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first, folks.
You heard it. Probably 3 people listening right now.
Yeah,
our podcasts get more than 3 people.
Yeah, like 48.
Yeah, our podcasts actually do.
Yeah. They're probably the most successful thing we post.
We should probably just be a podcast channel.
Maybe,
yeah.
Anyway, this has been Vibrant Story Studios podcast. I have been Kyle, your host.
I have been Tim. I'm here.
And I have been Cooper. Bye. Have a beautiful time.
It's been fun.
Talk to you later.
Goodbye, our sweet children.
Good night, my sweet